I don't usually make videos like this. And no, I'm not going on some tangent about something I saw that makes me mad or anything like that. I don't get involved in that kind of thing. However, I'm talking to you because you need to hear this. And this is to anybody that's watching this right now. Things, yeah, they go down. What I mean by that is your life, sometimes it goes to absolute shit and you have no idea what to do. It's really hard to pick yourself back up and figure out what's next for you. And sometimes you get so lost to the point where it's like, I don't want to do anything. You just sit around and you're like, fuck it. If something happens, something happens. And for me personally, it led me down a really bad path, and I was hanging around a lot of bad people. You know, I was doing a lot of stupid things. But it doesn't stay that way forever. There's a point in period in time where things just change. There's people behind me. But there's a point in time where things just change. And it's not up to anybody else to make that change for you. You have to do it. You have to do it. And I know that sounds like such an impossible thing for some people, especially right now, but it can happen. You can do it. You know, it's difficult, but it takes time. But you have to have the patience, and you gotta want it. You know, you gotta want the change. And that's definitely something that's huge right now, you know, especially for me. And something that I found difficult to carry with myself was self-value and having self-esteem, having confidence to say, yeah, I can do that. You know, even all my life I was kind of like, can I really? Little hobbies you pick up in life, sometimes it can take you really far. And it starts from something as a kid. And one thing I can definitely say is, if you have a dream, you're going to chase it because you want it. You want it. And if you want it, you will get it. You will. It just takes time. You know, you got to have the patience for it, like I was just saying. But what I'm trying to basically convey here and make this as short as possible is don't give up. Don't. Really, don't. I know it may seem like you already have at some points already, but don't. Seriously, don't do it. Stick to your guns, stick to what you got, and just keep going. Keep pushing yourself farther and farther. And I know my upload schedule has been kind of everywhere. You know, I'll upload consistently and then I'm gone. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to be gone for a while. I'll upload here and there and make some community posts if I feel like it, to be completely honest with you. But lack of motivation has been a major thing on YouTube for me, especially considering the way things are going on the platform. And I think the way the algorithm is handled is an absolute joke and a nightmare, especially for new content creators. But I am going to be gone. I will be somewhere that I know I can set up myself for a future. And to those of you that have stuck around since 2017, thank you. That actually means everything to me right now. You know, I've hit a couple of hard rocks in the past couple of years, and I finally reached a stepping stone this year to where I can pick myself up and do the right thing. And I'm going to college, to say the least. I'm going to college to get my film Bachelor of Science, and I will keep you guys updated on that. But I'm kind of just doing this on a whim. I don't have no script or nothing right here to help me out, but in all fairness and reality of things, just keep pushing. You know, you're gonna reach a point where you're like, how much more can I do? How much more can I push? You know, how much can I, what's my limit? And to be honest with you, there's no limit. There is no limit whatsoever. You can do whatever you want. You know, whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. You can definitely do it. You just gotta want it. You know, when I was a kid, I used to make these little clay videos, not clay videos, but like clay characters out of the FNAF characters that I loved. You know, my favorites were the Nightmare animatronics, and mind you, they looked horrible. They were terrible little clay models, and I was like, what, 9, 10 years old? And then I was fortunate enough, my cousin, he had this laptop. It was a Dell laptop, and he let me use that to animate in Source Filmmaker, because I will never forget prior that I was using Gary's mod to just download a couple of FNAF characters, the E-models version of them. Yeah. And I would just kind of move them around and think, how can I make this into like solid animation? And then I got access to the laptop and I started animating on that laptop. I found Source and I started using it. And I realized at the time I could show the world that. And I did. Of course, the world wasn't really interested. They were interested more in, God, Ewok, Shawati, XGBX, Dajan, a couple of other people. But the well-known animators at the time. And that really inspired me to keep going. Because I was like, I know I can get there. It's just how. My big breakthrough was in 2022. I uploaded a video for Afterfall, and at that point I was starting to get more channeled into the Transformers side of things. And when that happened, that video blew up the Afterfall trilogy, the Beast Words version of it, and I started getting a lot of traction on my channel, and that meant everything to me. And it's no thanks to you guys watching this video right now. And for that, I'm honestly forever thankful. You know, and I know, and I'm not trying to sound mean, but of course there's other YouTubers that have an ungodly amount of subscribers, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking at me like, dude, you got like 4,000, that's nothing. But to me, that's a lot. That's so much. That means everything to me. And now I'm finally turning that dream that I've had for so long of making film into a reality. You know, of course I'm gonna study hard and bust my ass at it, but in the end, it's worth it, because that's pretty bad. Anyway, in the end, it's worth it because I know what I'm capable of. And that's the mindset you gotta have. I know I can do it. And you will. You'll get it done. And it'll be worth it, you know. But so, the title. I know I've spent 8 minutes talking about this. Yeah, I'm gonna be gone for a while. I probably will upload here and there, and every couple of months or few. But one thing I can stick to for myself especially is when I come back, things will be different. The channel will be different. And there will be some new things in play. You know, Project Afterfall isn't dead. But I don't think Afterfall is going to be what you guys are expecting. You know, there's going to be a lot of differences, and I think some of the people that I've made the original series with are probably going to be pretty mad when I tell them the changes I'm going to make and the overall rewrite of everything. But and if you are one of those watching this video right now, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. But either way, for those of you that have stuck around forever, thank you so much for watching. Seriously, it's been an honor having you guys. And it's been an amazing 6.5 years running my YouTube channel and just having fun with a hobby. And it's one of those, I'll see you when I see you. I'll come back around. Just give me a while. Be patient. But yeah. So in that case, bye-bye.